and all that. And then Prabhupada immediately, kirtan, kirtan, kirtan. So Prabhupada was such a spiritual master who would never compromise the absolute truth, to cater to the audience, and not even to get a house for a temple, and temporarily suspend the philosophy. Yes, it is all the one, please give the donation. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Adalwar. Yeah, very nice. The check, please, yes. Thank you. No, that was not Prabhupada. And for that, Prabhupada is dear to us. That he didn't compromise for nothing material, for no material gain. For that, we have faith in him. We believe in him. And in the end, it pays off. In the immediate, it may look to our advantage to sometimes compromise for the sake of preaching. Hey, we get a house. But in the long term, to never compromise ultimately sets a standard of credibility which goes beyond anything. And that will bring other people who will bring their houses and so on. So, no, not as we can do. Bridge preaching is the new fashion, isn't it? Now indirect preaching, like you see him and you don't, like who are you? A big mask, just interested in spiritual life, and then from behind, Krishna is there. Yeah. Do you like some yoga asanas? Yes. No problem. Right? We do yoga asanas as if we do it every day. Bridge preaching. Yeah. It's now quite fashionable. It's all right. It's all right. If it's on the periphery of our movement. If it the risk is that in the first generation it's a strategy, in the second generation it's become a standard. So there is a risk. Therefore, we always need a hardcore standard in our movement that is actually straight and that actually stands there as pure representatives of the pure teachings in word and deed in all time, place, and circumstances. What a relief that is possible. No mask. Yes.
Thank you very much. If, say someone, I think there's many people, like say in England at the moment, and they're, they don't really know much about anything. They say, well, I accept Darwin's theory, and I don't believe in a God, and I don't think there's anything after you die. But really, they haven't really thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just sense gratifiers. Mm-hmm. Are people like that? Have they been influenced by Mayavad philosophy? If so, how?
First of all, such people are well, there was here in London in the 70s a 10-year-old boy who wrote a poem called Thick as a Brick. Yeah? So such people are indeed thick as a brick. Yeah? It was like, it's famous, 10-year-old boy. So I think he really put his finger on it. Right? It is the mode of ignorance. They are obviously very much influenced by the mode of ignorance. So Mayavad philosophy also filters into the mode of ignorance. But of course there, the philosophical understanding will be poor. When Mayavad philosophy is in the mode of passion, there will be more penetration into the philosophy of it than in the mode of ignorance. So in the mode of ignorance it becomes a gross external form, but it can enter there also, because it enters in so many ways. Not only philosophically is Mayavad or impersonalism affecting us, but also culturally, in terms of relationship and the coldness of people, where you step over the dying man, and, just or the man with a heart attack, and you just walk around him and let him die, and so on. Another form of impersonalism. So impersonalism is culturally very much present. I don't know if in England in the winter, when people sit on the train if they look each other straight in the eye, or if they look at each other at the windows, outside, at the reflection in the windows. Yeah. And you just see someone, suddenly see these eyes, and they're turning away and catch the eye. And another form of impersonalism in the West, where people sit on a train and don't talk to each other. See, in India it's totally different. There's no impersonalism on the train in India. It just goes on and on like this, right? The whole way, they're just talking and talking. How far is it? Where are you from? And everybody seems to be expert in railway lines. Took the line, They know everything, about the railways. Okay. It's amazing. Anyway, but there is no quiet on an Indian train, that is for sure. Never. People are talking they're talking in a 24-hour shift. but not in the trains in Europe. How can you speak to me? If you speak to someone, So that's also a form of impersonalism. So impersonalism is filtered not only into philosophical arguments, but also culturally into society. And as a result, we lose our service attitude. And see how much people have lost the service attitude. And how they become cold and cannot even respect other life, other forms of life anymore. Totally impersonal. And then you see them sitting there behind those machines, shooting at things and zapping things, and just learning how to kill any feeling in their heart when killing. Those machines create monsters. And that's going on all around the block. Another form of impersonalism in the mode of ignorance. Yes?
I'm wondering if the idea of the teachings in England with the proof and the argument, then everything has to have a proof with the scientific fact.
Yeah.
Is that more in the mode of passion, personalism?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada said in America to his disciples, he said, you are proof hungry. Yeah? You are so proof hungry. You just need more and more evidence, more and more arguments. That is in the mode of passion. The whole Western approach of empiric evidence or rationalism is actually based on the mode of passion. Yes. And some ignorance maybe mixed in it as well. In the mode of goodness, we have another approach. Because in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness is also the mode of naturalness. It is also natural. One is living natural. One lives close to his nature. One lives close to the arrangements of nature. The modes of passion and the modes of ignorance are very artificial. People live very artificial, and that's what we see here around the block, that people are so far removed from their natures as a result of passion and ignorance.